Hey, what's up, Master Trainers? This is your host, Charlie Jonas here, straight out of Pacific Valley, and today I'm gonna be explaining more things. Alright, here we go. Let's learn more things in this video, right? So as you know very well, this is the part 2 of 2 parts video series where I explain how to use your keyboard and your mouse in order to be able to play pretty much any game here within the tabletop simulator, right? However, before we go deeper into it, make sure to go ahead and leave a thumbs up, subscribe, yeah, and also share this video with everybody else that you know that just purchased tabletop simulator and is still struggling learning how to use it. All right, of course, also go ahead and follow me on all my social media, because that's the easiest way for you to stay tuned about any new content here within this project. And as you know now, we're gonna have the DLCs coming up in September already, and then we already had more new content and more new Pokemon introduced to us. Alright, so I'm gonna be updating all those things into this game series pretty soon as possible. Alright, so the best way for you to stay tuned is to follow me on all my social media. Also, like I was going to be leaving up in the cards a video where I present to you this whole game series once again, yeah, now on its version 5.0, so you can understand what this game series is about. Also going to be leaving up in the cards a playlist where I explain how to play this game series, yeah, rule by rule in video. This way you can learn exactly how to play this game series on its traditional and other game modes, alright? Also going to be leaving up in the cards another playlist regarding the 5 parts mini-series I just released, where I show you the brand new exclusive access mod, aka Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, super fun, super casual, so definitely go ahead and check it out and consider backing me up on Patreon to have access to it. So, but we're gonna talk better about it later on in this video. And also gonna be leaving here up there in the cards this playlist here of explaining things, where I have other videos explaining other different things that might be useful and interesting for you to know as well. Alright, and last but not least, I'm gonna be leaving up there in the cards the gameplay playlist where you can check it out, the whole Kanto map adventure, yeah, that took 25 episodes to complete, and the Paldea one that we already started, and so far there are already 10 episodes for you to watch. Alright, alright then, so now let's go and let's learn how to use the mouse in order to be able to play here anything within the tabletop simulator, right? So as you know very well, last video we talked about the keyboard keys, yeah, they are gonna be useful for you. Now let's talk about the mouse, yeah. The first thing definitely we are going to use is going to be the scroll button, yeah, the scroll wheel. So if we scroll forward, we're gonna be zooming in. If we scroll backwards, we're gonna be zooming out. Alright, so that's how we're gonna do it to apply and remove zoom. The second thing we need to know is how to use the wheel button in order to move the camera, to hover the camera around, just like we did with the A, S, W, D keys in the previous video. However, here, if we just click with the wheel scroll, yeah, and then just move the pointer around, then you're gonna be doing the same thing. You're gonna be able to hover our camera around by simply clicking and dragging using the scroll wheel. Alright, so using the scroll wheel by clicking, you're gonna be hovering around, and then rolling it, you're gonna be zooming in or zooming out. So it's definitely a very intuitive way for you to move your camera. However, if instead of clicking and holding to drag and hover the camera around, we simply click with it, we're gonna be applying some zoom, yeah, we're gonna be zooming in and then zooming back out from where we were, which is the same thing of using the Z key from the previous video, right? So click with the scroll wheel and then click again to zoom in and zoom out, yeah. So if you just scroll it forward and backwards, you're gonna be zooming in, zooming out. Clicking, holding and dragging is gonna be hovering the camera around, and then just clicking it and then clicking back once again is gonna be zooming in and zooming out automatically from where we were before. Alright, so now let's learn how to use the right button of the mouse, because if you just click with it and drag it, you're gonna be enabling the selection box, right? Just as you can see right now. So by doing that, you're gonna be able to select the objects we wanna pick, and then we're gonna be able to mess around with them to select them all together. Yeah, so pretty standard command as well. Now if we use the right click, yeah, the right button, and if you click it and hold it and then just move the mouse around, then we're gonna be changing the camera angle, just like we were doing with the arrow keys in the previous video. However, to be honest, by using the mouse, yeah, the right click and holding and dragging in order to do this is much easier, much smoother, and much more intuitive way to do so. Alright, so now let's understand the different ways to pick stuff, right? So like here, those tokens is gonna be pretty simple to pick them. All I have to do is to go ahead, click with the left button, and just keep it holding it. Yeah, just hold the click, right? So if I click, I pick it, and then if I hold, I keep it held, and then if I release, I'm gonna be releasing the piece. Alright. However, if I try to do that on a deck as well, as an example, if I just click and drag away very quickly, I'm gonna be picking a single card. However, if I wanna pick up the whole deck, all I have to do is to click, hold, and just wait, I don't know, very little, like half second, and then you see that you're gonna be able to pick the whole deck instead of picking just one card, right? So just click with it, hold it, wait a little bit, and then there we go. You're gonna be able to pick the whole thing instead of just one card at a time. And then if you remember, we could use the Q and E keys in order to rotate stuff, right? Here we can do the same thing. However, in order to do that with the mouse, we need to pick something first, right? With the Q and E keys, we can rotate it by simply keeping the pointer on top of it. Now if I want to do that using my mouse, I need to go ahead and to pick something up, and then once I pick it up, I can just use my scroll wheel in order to rotate it. Alright, so if I scroll backwards, it's gonna rotate it counterclockwise, and if I scroll it forward, I'm gonna rotate it clockwise. Alright, and if yours is not rotating 9 degrees at a time just like mine, remember that you can change it up there on the rotation degrees and set it up to 9 degrees. Alright, so that's definitely a pretty easy and convenient way for you to rotate objects once you pick them up, right? However, now if I pick something up and don't roll the scroll button, but instead of it I click with it, then I'm gonna be able to flip something. Alright, so if I pick something up and click with my scroll button, I'm gonna be able to flip it just like I used to do with the F key. However, with the F key I don't need to pick something up, I can only keep my pointer on top of it, and then if I try to do that with my mouse without picking up, I'm gonna be zooming in and zooming out as we just saw before, right? So if I pick something up and do the same thing, now I'm gonna be flipping this up and down. Alright, and now I think that the last but definitely not least feature that you could do using your mouse is something that will do the role of the R key, that, as you remember, we could use for shuffling or even rolling the dice, right? So if you want to do that without using the R key, we have two different ways. You could go the most obvious way, which is just right clicking on it and then hitting shuffle, right? As you can see, it even tells us to use the R key. Or you could grab it, pick it up, yeah, and then just shake it, going back and forth like this very quickly, and then by doing that you're gonna be able to shuffle the deck and even also rolling a die. So yeah, I could just come here, right click on it, and then go roll to do the R key roll, okay? Or I can just grab it, pick it up, and then, you know, go back and forth. Then you're gonna hear this noise, yeah, which is the die being rolled, and then you just release it. Alright, and because I set up the physics here, it didn't go further, yeah, but it probably will go much further if you try doing by yourself. Alright, and that's it. Alright, of course, for the best results, you're gonna have to combine both mouse controls and keyboard controls to have a more fluid and agile experience here within the Tabletop Simulator, and those will work for any mod you play, not only the ones from my game series, of course, alright? So that's it. Don't forget you could come here to the pokemonmastertrainer.com in order to check out the rules in a more visual, interactive way. And here you could also click on the download button in order to request access to all the printable files from my Google Drive. There you're going to be finding a zip file with all the content released so far that could be downloaded in order for you to print it out and assemble your own physical version of this game, just like a huge DIY. Alright? However, in order to have access to the files, you must be a subscriber to the channel and also to leave a comment down below telling me that you request the access. It's pretty easy. If you have any doubts, just check it out the pinned comment down below as well. And of course, if you wanna play the exclusive mods, make sure to go ahead and check it out my Patrons page, because through the Patrons page you can back me up and become a patron, and then by doing that you're gonna help this channel and this project a lot, and you even have the option to go and back me up by having exclusive access, and then through the exclusive access you're gonna be able to play the exclusive mods here within the Tabletop Simulator, which are much more casual, quicker, but yet very fun for you to have lots of fun with your friends playing online, alright? And so far, those exclusive mods regard the Pokemongo Kanto map, the Pokemonunite, and the just released Pokemon Stadium, alright? So please go ahead and check it out my Patrons page and consider backing me up. And of course, any product, service, or course purchased through the links down below is going to support this channel a lot and help me out to keep bringing more content just like this one. I hope you guys enjoyed understanding how to use the keyboard and the mouse in order to make much more fluid your experience here within the Tabletop Simulator. Don't forget to go ahead and ring the bell in order to get notified about the next episode that's gonna be coming up soon on this channel, alright? I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I see you again in the next one.